Stepping into a garden swathed in vintage decor feels like wandering through a fairy tale. The charm of aged pieces, each telling its own story, transforms any garden into a whimsical escape. But where do you start? Let's unpack some creative ideas that'll turn your garden into a picturesque scene from yesteryear without robbing a bank. Ever fantasized about sipping tea amidst flowers, surrounded by relics of the past? Imagine rusted iron gates, weathered statues, and lanterns that whisper tales of old. We're about to serve up some delectable ideas that will make your garden the envy of time travelers and neighbors alike. Here are 35 vintage garden decor ideas for you. Let's swing into action with a charming twist on garden flair. Imagine the nostalgia of rustic birdcage planters, each cradling vibrant blooms suspended from weathered wooden beams. It's a symphony of history and nature. Step back and gaze upon this sight. It transforms your garden into a time capsule of elegance. These unique hanging gardens offer not just a visual treat, but a story of past lives and the timeless allure of nature. A true conversation starter and a nod to the past, blending effortlessly with the present. Ever considered an afternoon in Wonderland right in your backyard? Teacup fairy gardens, a playful twist placed on dusty old bookshelves, can transform forgotten nooks into magical retreats. With every teacup telling its own tiny fairy tale, it's like stepping into a different story with each shelf. These small sanctuaries not only give those porcelain beauties a new lease on life, they infuse charm and whimsy into every glance. Cracking open the spine of a weathered bookshelf to nestle a host of enchanting teacup gardens is akin to breathing life into stories long silent. This scene creates a spectacle that engages both imagination and nostalgia, conjuring memories of fairy tales read as children. It's a conversation starter, a centerpiece that sparks curiosity and tales amongst guests, turning your garden into a tableau of timeless magic and wonder. Stepping into a garden with an antique wrought iron gate repurposed as a trellis feels like wandering back in time. Imagine climbing roses or sweet-smelling jasmine intertwining with the intricate ironwork, creating a living masterpiece that's both nostalgic and vibrant. This piece adds a touch of old-world charm and a whisper of stories untold, making your garden not just a space, but a timeless tale. Transform that rusty gate buried in the corner of your garage into the star of your garden. Pair it with heirloom plants, and voila, you've got yourself a garden that's as unique as a fingerprint. It's a simple way to breathe new life into something old, proving that beauty often lies in blending the past with the present. Ever thought of cycling back in time with garden decor? A vintage bicycle propped in your garden, its basket brimming with a riot of flowers, isn't just eye candy. It's a green thumbs up to sustainable style, marrying the old-world charm with nature's vibrance. This striking piece serves as a whimsical focal point, beckoning guests and butterflies alike. Imagine the tales that old bike could tell, now repurposed as the centerpiece of your outdoor sanctuary. Overflowing with blooms, it symbolizes movement and growth, bridging past and present. Here's to riding into a more colorful, nature-filled future without leaving your backyard. Peek into your grandma's attic or scour local thrift shops, and you might just strike gold with an old clawfoot tub. Imagine this. With a lick of vibrant paint and plush throw pillows, it becomes the centerpiece of backyard leisure. It's a quirky twist on outdoor seating, and every visitor will want to sink into its embrace, sipping lemonade and swapping tales under the sun. A classic tub-turned sofa isn't just a place to lounge, it's a conversation starter, a nod to creative repurposing in an age of disposable decor. Jazz it up with weather-resistant fabric, and suddenly, your garden is the talk of the town. This piece demonstrates how blending the charm of yesteryears with a dash of modern flair can create a snug nook that invites relaxation and admires glances alike. Picture this, a time-worn wooden ladder, reborn as a charming vertical herb garden. Each step cradles pots of basil, thyme, and mint, blending rustic allure with aromatic greenery. It's not just a garden, it's a living sculpture, adding character and a whisper of yesteryear to your outdoor space. Imagine, with each rung, a fresh burst of flavors ready to elevate your cooking. This repurposed piece doesn't just save space, it invites stories and sparks conversations. It's a testament to creativity, showing how, with a bit of imagination, we can turn the ordinary into something extraordinary. Think outside the box, or in this case, off the garden path, by transforming old metal watering cans into whimsical garden lanterns. Picture the soft, enchanted glow they'd cast on your evening gatherings, turning every moment into a scene from a fairy tale. It's all about blending nostalgia with innovation, where the rustic charm of yesteryear meets the cozy ambience of today's garden soirees. Who said recycling can't be stylish? By drilling tiny holes into these once-loved watering cans and fitting them with fairy lights, you craft not just light sources, but conversation starters. Each puncture tells a story, each glimmer captivates, making your garden not just seen, but truly experienced. This is sustainable chic at its finest, proving that charm and eco-conscious living go hand in hand. Ever thought your garden whispers secrets from the past? With retro tin can wind chimes, it literally can. These rustic charmers not only dance with the wind, but they also play the tunes of nostalgia, making your space a haven of melody and vintage allure. Who knew recycling could serenade you with stories of yesteryear? Adding a pinch of whimsy to your outdoor sanctuary is as simple as hanging these metallic marvels. Each chime is a testament to creativity, transforming the forgotten into the unforgettable. As they sway, they invite a symphony of sound, turning every breeze into a sweet, harmonious reminder of simpler times. Picture this, an old window frame, no longer peeking into homes, but into the lush life of plants. It's a creative twist, where vintage meets verdure, transforming any garden into a quaint haven. This isn't just recycling, it's reinventing the charm of yesteryears, inviting both nature and nostalgia to dance together under the sun. Kick off your garden's transformation by leaning into the rustic allure of reclaimed window frames. Imagine beans climbing, tomatoes thriving, all beneath a canopy of glass that once faced the outside world. It's a vivid burst of life, framed by history, that doesn't just look good, it tells a story. Let's shake things off a bit. Who said your garden beds need to come straight from a home improvement store? Time-worn wooden crates, relics of bygone eras, can inject your garden with a hint of nostalgia and an eco-friendly twist. Picture this, delicate blooms and vibrant greens erupting from crates that whisper tales of their past lives. It's a harmonious blend of history and nature, with the added perk of being an absolute conversation starter. Now, think outside the box, literally. By stacking or arranging these crates in creative patterns, you're not just planting flowers, you're crafting a living mosaic. Each crate becomes a piece of a larger puzzle, transforming your garden into a 3D artwork that changes with the seasons. This approach isn't just visually striking, it's a smart way to repurpose, reduce waste, and foster a garden that truly stands out. So, why settle for ordinary when your garden can narrate its own extraordinary stories? Imagine stepping into your garden to be greeted by the serene scene of a Victorian-era birdbath, elegantly surrounded by wildflowers. This setup, akin to a page from a classic novel, invites nature's symphony right into your backyard. With the vibrant hues of wildflowers dancing in the breeze around a timeless piece, it's a simple yet profound way to add a touch of history and charm to your outdoor oasis. Now picture those early mornings when dew still clings to petals and the air is filled with birdsong. Positioning a birdbath amidst this natural wonder not only provides a tranquil spot for feathered friends, but also creates a focal point that draws the eye, marrying function with aesthetic beauty effortlessly. It's these little slices of paradise that transform a garden from merely a backdrop to an intimate narrative of your own making. Tired wheelbarrows finding new life as succulent sanctuaries? Perfection. Picture this, an old rusty barrow brimming with plump, vibrant succulents. It's a striking contrast that adds whimsy and a touch of history to your garden oasis. Rolling in a dash of rustic charm has never been easier. Why let an aged wheelbarrow gather dust in the shed when it can spotlight a stunning array of succulents? It's a low-maintenance, high-impact option that keeps your green space talking. Who says your garden can't whisper tales of yesteryears? Imagine stumbling upon a nostalgic garden sign, its message lovingly painted across distressed wood, guiding your steps down memory lane. These pieces aren't just decor, they're storytellers, blending the quaint charm of the past with your garden's vibrant life. Each sign, weathered by time, yet standing resilient, speaks volumes of a time when things were simpler. more serene. It's not just about adding a touch of rustic beauty, it's about crafting a space where every nook tells its own timeless story. Wandering down a garden path, edged with antique bricks, is like stepping into a storybook. These rustic pavers whisper tales from the past, creating a whimsical, timeless ambiance. Perfect for anyone looking to add a dash of nostalgia and charm to their outdoor sanctuary. Contrast sparks intrigue, and there's nothing quite like the fusion of flourishing greenery against the subdued, weathered texture of vintage bricks. They guide your journey through the garden, promising mystery and enchantment with every step. Envision your path as a bridge between eras, a tangible link to bygone days amidst the modern hustle. Who said old milk jugs were past their prime? Imagine transforming these nostalgic treasures into rustic planters, breathing new life into your garden. Each jug tells a story, and when filled with vibrant blooms or lush greens, they create a captivating visual symphony. It's an eco-friendly twist that marries the charm of yesteryear with today's push for sustainability. Don't just stick them in a corner. Give those vintage milk jugs the spotlight. Strategically placed among your garden's nooks, they'll lead visitors on a whimsical journey back in time, all while showcasing your creative flair. This idea proves that with a dash of imagination, everyday items can blossom into extraordinary garden features. Imagine transforming rusty rakes and shovels into art that tells a story. Mounting weathered garden tools on your fence breathes life into forgotten pieces, creating a charming vintage vibe. It's recycling with flair, where every nick and scratch adds character. Picture this, a sun-faded wheelbarrow, reborn as a vibrant flower bed, nestled against your garden wall. It's a conversation starter, blending history with horticulture. These creative twists not only recycle, but also infuse your outdoor space with personality and a sense of timelessness. Giddy up, garden enthusiasts. Transforming dusty, forgotten boots into whimsical plant pots is a clever twist that breathes life into any outdoor space. This quirky upcycling idea injects personality and a splash of history into your green oasis. Who knew that your old hiking boots could turn heads as a succulent haven? It's a simple yet striking way to make your garden genuinely stand out. So, lace up those boots, fill them with soil and seeds, and watch as they become the talk of the town. Ever imagine tapping away at a story only to find your words blossoming, quite literally? A classic typewriter transforms miraculously into a novel planter, breathing life into small succulents. This whimsical blend of technology with nature not only sparks curiosity, but acts as a stunning conversation starter. Picture a quaint corner in your garden where stories and greenery intertwine, all nestled within the keys of yesteryear. Imagine sipping your morning coffee in a secluded corner of your garden, surrounded by whispers of history and elegance. An old-world, wrought iron bistro set can transform a bland spot into a timeless nook. Its intricate designs and durable material promise stories and charm, effortlessly becoming the centerpiece of your garden conversations. Adding weathered wood or a few antique garden tools nearby can enhance this vintage vibe. They say the devil's in the details, and in this case, those details weave a narrative of rustic luxury and bygone eras. This combo doesn't just create a space, it crafts an experience, an invitation to pause and breathe in the beauty of yesteryears. Transforming old fuel cans into vibrant planters is creativity at its finest. These relics, once a symbol of function, now bring an edgy charm to any garden space. Imagine the gritty textures and bold colors adding a pop of interest among your greenery. It's a conversation starter and a testament to inventive recycling that catches the eye and sparks intrigue. This twist on garden decor proves that with a bit of imagination, the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Picture this, a row of retro fuel cans, each painted in bright hues or left with their original patina, cradling a variety of lush plants. It's not just garden art, it's a statement about reimagining the past to beautify the present. This approach supports sustainability while delivering a visually captivating garden aesthetic. Who knew eco-friendly choices could look this good? Wander through your local salvage yard, and you might stumble upon a hidden gem, an old sink basin begging for a second life. With a splash of creativity, these relics can be transformed into charming bird baths that attract feathered friends and admiring glances alike. Picture this, a rustic, porcelain basin nestled among your blooms, offering a refreshing oasis for birds and a dash of whimsy for your garden. Why settle for the ordinary when you can elevate your outdoor space with a piece of history? Repurposing salvaged sink basins not only breathes new life into forgotten treasures, but also adds an eclectic flair to your garden decor. Imagine the stories these sinks could tell, now given a fresh chapter as the centerpiece of your verdant haven. Peek into a garden where time-faded garden globes cast a spell, turning nooks into enigmatic corners. These spherical wonders, kissed by weather, evoke tales of old, adding a layer of mystique. Perfect for those craving a garden with a story, they whisper secrets of the past to anyone willing to listen. Leaning into the charm of these aged beauties offers a delightful twist on your green space. Imagine a twilight ambiance where each globe, subtly illuminated, performs a shadow play. It's a simple yet striking way to sprinkle a bit of magic, transforming your garden into a scene from a fairy tale. Let's stroll off the beaten path and talk antique door frames, shall we? Think about it. An aged, story-soaked doorway that whispers secrets of the past, acting as the custodian to your garden's hidden alcoves. It's not just a passage, it's an invitation to a world where time stands still. Envision climbing roses or ivy, intertwining with the wood, blurring the lines between man-made and natural. It's where charm meets mystery, creating a gateway to a tranquil retreat that feels like stepping into a novel. Now, picture this. A sun-dappled nook, secluded and lined with fragrant blooms, but the entrance, an ornate weathered door frame that looks like it's been lifted from an ancient estate. It doesn't just add character, it breathes life into every corner of your garden, turning simple walks into explorations. By incorporating such a piece, you bridge the gap between mere gardening and creating a narrative. Your garden doesn't just grow, it tells a story, with every twist and turn intentionally crafted for enchantment and wonder. Think outside the box, or suitcase for this matter. Vintage suitcases open a Pandora's box of whimsical garden charm, acting as quirky homes for your floral favorites. Picture this, a stack of weathered suitcases, each carrying a burst of color from petunias, pansies, or even some herbs. It's not just gardening, it's storytelling with petals and leaves. Let's get rolling on the Antique Express. Swapping traditional pots for vintage suitcases lets you cultivate an eclectic vibe that's as Instagram-worthy as it gets. These suitcase gardens become the perfect conversation starters, blending history with horticulture in a way that's both sustainable and stylish. Plus, you're giving a new lease on life to items that would otherwise gather dust. Who knew luggage could lead to such a lush escape right in your backyard? Picture this. A weathered stone statue peeks through a riot of blooms, adding a dash of mystery and a touch of bygone elegance. These timeless treasures serve as stunning focal points, infusing your garden with a storybook charm that newer pieces simply can't replicate. They stand as silent guardians amidst the floral chaos, commanding attention and sparking curiosity. Imagine strolling through your garden as the sun sets, the fading light casting dramatic shadows across an ancient figure cradled by nature's own vibrant artwork. Aged stone statues aren't just decor. They're a bridge to the past, making every bloom seem more vibrant and every moment spent among them a step back in time. It's a fusion of nature and artistry that elevates the ordinary to the extraordinary. Ever thought of turning a rusty plow into a garden centerpiece? This nod to our agricultural heritage not only adds a story to your space, but also keeps history alive. Imagine climbing roses twining around an old cultivator, merging the past and present in a bloom of color. Taking a stroll through your garden could feel like walking back in time with farm tools as yard art. A weathered wheelbarrow, now a planter, brims with petunias, making history both beautiful and tangible. It's a way to honor those who toiled the soil before us, transforming tools of labor into symbols of resilience and growth. Ever thought your old teapot could be more than just a relic? Imagine it nestled among your petunias, a quirky nod to Alice's Wonderland, brewing a magical vibe outside your back door. With a dash of creativity, those forgotten kitchen gems, colanders, kettles, even baking molds, transition from cupboard clutter to charming planters. What's good about it? They're not only conversation starters, but they also invite a sustainable lifestyle, giving a second life to items otherwise destined for the landfill. So, why not let your garden tell a story, one vintage spoon at a time? Grappling for space but eager to add a dash of green? Look no further than your kitchen drawer. Whisk away those old utensils and repurpose them into hanging herb gardens. Dangle them from fences or balconies, inviting a sprinkle of nature into cramped quarters. This approach doesn't just save space, it also adds an eclectic touch, blending utility with artistry. Best part? You create a handy, living spice rack, elevating your outdoor cooking experience with fresh flavors right at your fingertips. As dusk settles, time-honored lanterns transform your garden into an enchanting retreat. Imagine their soft glow, weaving magic, turning every leaf and petal into silhouettes of a forgotten era. This gentle illumination not only enhances the beauty of your blooms, but also invites a cozy ambiance, perfect for evening strolls or intimate gatherings. By incorporating these vintage gems, you're not just lighting up a space, you're crafting memories in a garden where time stands still. Now picture a quaint pathway, flanked by these lanterns, each flicker a whisper of the past. They don't just brighten, they add layers of charm and character to your green haven. Beyond illumination, they serve as captivating focal points, drawing eyes and admiration. Perfect for those seeking a blend of utility and nostalgia, they ensure your garden tells a story, one of warmth, welcome, and timeless elegance. So, why not let these historical beacons guide you through enchanting evenings under the stars? Who said your granny's bathtub is destined for the landfill? Give it a second life as a koi pond. Its porcelain glaze makes a stunning contrast with the vibrant koi, creating a serene backyard oasis. This upcycled gem not only nods to sustainable living, but also adds a sprinkle of nostalgia, making your garden the talk of the neighborhood. Imagine stepping into your garden and being greeted by the tranquil sight of koi gliding in an antique tub pond. It's like hosting a piece of history that breathes life, blending the charm of yesteryears with today's green living. This idea is not just a conversation starter, but a testament to your creativity and commitment to eco-friendly practices. Imagine your favorite tunes taking root in a completely unexpected way. By transforming classic record players into whimsical plant holders, you breathe life into both music and greenery. It's a symphony of vintage charm and botanical beauty where every note holds a bud, setting a scene that's both nostalgic and refreshingly innovative. Turning the tables on traditional garden decor isn't just about aesthetics, it's a statement. This fusion of old-school cool and leafy luxe creates a harmony that speaks volumes. It's an encore-worthy performance in your outdoor space, proving that sometimes the best rhythms are found in the most surprising places. Imagine strolling through your garden and stumbling upon a rustic carriage wheel, repurposed as a mesmerizing centerpiece. This timeless symbol of yesteryear not only adds a touch of nostalgia, but also serves as an intriguing conversation starter. Perfectly blending with blooming florals, they suggest stories of travels and adventures once had, inviting the mind to wander and wonder. Leaning against a weathered fence or nestled among wildflowers, carriage wheels evoke a sense of enduring charm. They remind us that beauty doesn't fade with age, it evolves. These wheels, once part of a journey, now anchor your garden in a history rich with tales, transforming an ordinary space into an extraordinary escape. Forget the usual plant stands. Why not let weathered book stacks steal the show? Their rich, time-worn pages offer an unexpected twist to your green display, bringing stories to life amid your blooms. It's a simple, yet captivating way to merge literature with nature. Book lovers, rejoice. Transforming your garden space with stacks of old books adds a whimsical charm that's hard to match. Not only do they provide a quirky base for your plants, but they also spark conversations about tales and adventures past. Picture this, a classic camera body, once capturing moments, now hosts a tiny thriving garden. It's the perfect juxtaposition of technology and nature. Such planters add an eclectic vibe, blending the charm of yesteryear with the freshness of green life. It's a snapshot of creativity, quite literally. Now imagine your garden table, jazzed up with these photographic relics turned succulent holders. Each click from the past now breathes life, giving those old cameras a new purpose. It's not just greenery, it's a story, a conversation starter. Who knew nostalgia could be so lush? Picture this, a rustic wooden barrel, a charming throwback to simpler times, sitting snugly in your garden. Not just a pretty face, it's a savvy rainwater collector. Capturing nature's gift, it waters your garden and slashes your bill. Smart, sustainable, splendid. Now, envision rain dancing atop its wooden curves, a symphony for both the eyes and ears. Transformative, these barrels blend aesthetics with eco-friendliness, proving green living can be stylish. A statement piece with purpose. Who could resist? Have you ever thought an old sewing machine could be the star of your garden? Picture this, an antique sewing machine table, repurposed into a one-of-a-kind garden workstation. Its sturdy, weathered look adds a dash of charm, while its history weaves stories into your blooms. Perfect for potting plants or as a quirky display stand, it's not just a piece of furniture, it's a conversation starter. Throwing in a twist, imagine sipping your morning brew at this table amidst the whispers of your garden. It's an entirely new way to appreciate your outdoor space, blending functionality with nostalgia. Plus, those intricate metal legs, absolutely Instagram-worthy. In transforming these tables, you cultivate not just plants, but also a unique ambiance that harks back to a simpler time. So, we've dug deep into vintage garden decor ideas, planting seeds of inspiration along the way. Picture this, your garden, a personal time capsule, blooming with history's charm. It's not just about going green, it's about adding layers of stories and character to your outdoor sanctuary. Remember, every rusty gate or whimsical wind chime is a dialogue with the past, inviting awe and conversation. Why settle for a cookie-cutter garden when history offers an endless palette? Embarking on this journey transforms mere spaces into narratives. Imagine sipping tea surrounded by relics that whisper tales of yesteryears, each item a testament to time's artistry. So, pull on those gardening gloves and let's turn back the clock. Your garden isn't just a plot of land, it's a living, breathing museum where every corner holds a secret waiting to be discovered. Adventure awaits in your own backyard. Let's make history.